Next we have Mr. Ashish Chauhan. He has not joined us, but he has sent his recorded message. And he is talking on investing in India versus the world. Shri Ashishkumar Chauhan is the MD and CEO of the National Stock Exchange of India. A technocrat from IIT Bombay and IIM Calcutta, he was part of the founding team at NSE. He is credited with setting up first screen-based trading in India, mobile trading, mutual fund distribution through exchanges, markets for SME shares, satellite telecom, the Nifty index, derivatives trading, and many other modern developments in the Indian stock markets. He is considered as the father of modern financial derivatives in India. Prior to joining the NSE back in 2022, he was the MD and CEO of the Bombay Stock Exchange for 10 years. He is a member of the University Grants Commission, the Chancellor of the University of Allahabad, and is on the board of IIM Calcutta and other institutions of repute. He has also worked in the Reliance Group as Group CIO and as the CEO of Mumbai Indians IPL cricket team in its formative years. He has been awarded many awards in India and abroad, including the Most Influential CEO Award by CEO Monthly in 2024, Lifetime Achievement Award in 2023 from Global Custodian at Singapore, and many more.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Rajiv, thanks for inviting me. My apologies, I am not able to visit personally, and that's why this video. It's great to be talking to all of you on this DoorDarshi platform, and all of you have gathered together to listen to Warren Buffett at Omaha, Nebraska. So all the best. In some ways, India is a very different country compared to what you think if you have not visited it recently, or if you have not stayed here long, even if you had visited recently. India's growth largely has come from and will continue to come from three things. One is the demographics, that it's a very young country. The second is demand, because young people also ask for a lot of new things, and that's why you have a lot of consumption demand, which is usually not present in old countries or countries which do not have that kind of growth. And third, in my opinion, quite an important factor is technology. India is pretty much the most modern country in terms of its technology infrastructure. India leapfrogged the landlines, India leapfrogged the personal computers, and straight away from not having landlines or not having personal computers, it straight away went into a 4G or 5G smartphone in hand of more than 1.4 billion people. And that has created an opportunity which government of India also has, in a way, helped build, but also used in a very opportunistic way to bring people into the mainstream from the remotest corner of India. India is a very large country, although it looks small on the map because the way the global maps are prepared. But otherwise, it's a very large country and very spread out, multiple languages, literally official 30 languages and many more. And from Himalayas to the sea, and from desert to big sort of dense jungles. And so it's a very diverse country with many people, literally the largest number of people in the world. But it's also the largest number of young population. So effectively we have average age of around 28, 29, while as Japan has gone old, China is suddenly old, Europe is old, and America will become old if Indians are not going, the smart Indians. And that's where I think India is continuing to grow now and will continue to grow in future because of the way the e-governance, the taxation systems, everything has been so streamlined using technology, and people have taken to the technology like fish to the water, that today more than 50% of all mobile transactions happen in India. And India is not a walled garden like China, where you have WeChat and a few other things completely controlled and monitored by government, and foreign platforms are not allowed. Today, you would have seen, if you know those details, whether Facebook or Twitter or Google or any other international platform, WhatsApp, Insta, whatever you can think of, other than TikTok, of course, would have almost 60, 70%, sometimes 80, 90% of their user base in India. And that tells you that India is a very welcoming country for newer ideas, newer companies, newer technologies, and its young population is able to adapt to newer technologies and create newer solutions for not only India but across the world. So when COVID happened, we were worried about many things. We were actually going into closing down the entire country because of the worries about the number of casualties that could be there. And so I think on March 22nd, 2020, when Mr. Prime Minister announced on television that it's going to close down next moment onwards, people were worried about working of India within India, but also the working of the rest of the world, because a large portion of world's largest companies are now being operated out of India, whether they are banks or retail stores or food companies or anything you can think of, even hospitals. A large portion of their back offices or their very complex operations are being determined and managed out of India. And if we close them down, it's going to affect the world very badly. But lo and behold, Indians went home, or they were at home, and they continued to work. And it was very seamless that India not only ran itself well during COVID, but it also ran the world. And that brought in huge amount of confidence in the world about the sincerity of Indians, of the commitment to the work. And that has brought in a huge dividend in terms of the services exports. Services exports in last financial year, closing on March 31, 25, that is our financial year starts on April 1 and closes on the next year's March 31. We did, I think, around $380 billion of services exports. And that, in a way, compensates to some extent or to a large extent the merchandise sort of deficit we have, a trade deficit we have in terms of the physical goods. Of course, the remittances, which are above $125 billion or even more, actually puts India's balance of payments in a positive territory for the entire year, financial year 24-25, it just closed. And so effectively India is on a move in a very high-tech way. It has a young population, and I have this theory that the world is going to create more wealth because of the technology, because the technology waves are coming faster, and technology is the only thing that creates wealth. So the population which can learn new technology, there is young population India has, and they're going to create more wealth due to the faster waves of technology coming over the next 50 years than what was created in the last 10,000 years. And most of that wealth will be created by young people and used by young people. And that's where India is going to play a great role, not only in terms of its own growth, but also the world's growth, and also the newer things that world requires, including from biotechnology to drones to the exoskeleton to anything you can think of. Most of the research is done in India, including in AI, but it's possible that the IPs are in Western countries. And you would have seen that in China, the IPs don't get that much respected, whereas India does respect your IP. India also allows you to take away your money if you make profits, which may not be true unless you are connected somewhere in China. And so there are many advantages which India has proved over last 30 years. In fact, in last November, that is November 24, Hyundai Motors, which is a Korean sort of company having a very large market share in Indian automobile market, had a record $3.3 billion IPO on NSE. And most of that money went to Korea. And that is true with umpteen number of companies which have their subsidiaries listed in India over last literally 30, 40, 50, 60 years. And each time the foreign investors have been able to take their money out, not only as people who set it up, but also foreign investors like you who are able to take this money out when at their will, right? India never stops anyone from taking out that money. Of course, you need to pay taxes which are applicable. And India today also boasts of a very high market capitalization, but also pretty much one of the largest markets in the world. Today, NSE on a good day would receive 20 billion orders in 6 hours, 15 minutes trade, which is larger than almost the entire world's all exchanges put together, other than NSE. And similarly, it would do on a good day 300 million trades, which is also almost larger than almost all the exchanges put together in the world. NSE provides equities, derivatives in equities, currencies, commodities, and IPOs and mutual fund distribution and all sorts of REITs, InvITs, whatever you can think of. NSE is a one-stop shop. Last year we raised in IPO $19.6 billion. We were the largest fundraising platform in the world. Last year we were first, and I think Nasdaq was second. And we raised for large companies, around 60 large companies and 200 small companies, totally 260 plus companies raised funds on NSE's platform. And our small companies are really tiny, but some of them will become very large going forward if they are technology oriented. So effectively, NSE is having 110 million unique investors, 220 million accounts. That's literally everyone having average 2 accounts with different brokers across nooks and corners of India. We have NSE's investors in every pin code except 28 pin codes out of 19,300 plus pin codes in India, or zip codes, what is known in US. And we are only not there in 28 pin codes. Most of them are actually airports where you can't stay, so we can't do KYC. And there are many interesting stories I can tell you, but India is on the move. Your money is going to get you rewards which are unheard of. In fact, in last 30 years, I created an index called Nifty, NSE 50 index in 1996 with a base of 1995. And today, after 30 years, Nifty has given more returns in dollar terms than S&P 500. So many times I say that America needed Warren Buffett and India needed Nifty. So come invest in India, and these are public markets, highly well-governed companies. Our corporate governance standards are better than the best in the world, including US. You can have, especially for the smaller, what I call minority shareholders. If you are in US, you have golden shares, you have sort of differential voting rights in different shares. In India, all shares are pari passu, which means equal rights. Nobody gets veto over others, and there are majority of minority framework. So effectively, this is a highly sort of well-governed market. There are more disclosures by Indian companies on NSE's platform on like-to-like basis than American companies on similar platform like Edgar, and so on and so forth. So please visit India. It's easy to register with your custodian and start investing as a portfolio investor. And so I welcome all of you. In case you need to have any questions, you can ask Rajiv, and he will write to us, and we will be delighted to provide those answers. Thank you very much.